Hello! This may or may not work, but in theory you can hear me and see me in my amazing outfit. So, this is my little charity stream to raise money for the Centre for Computing History, who are all lovely. Excellent. That's for the night. I don't know how Patrick Moore did it. I was reading on Google about how to get monocles to fit. So, Centre for Computer History, lovely place. You can buy stuff from them, including top trumps, which are wonderful. Hello there, Kim. Hello there, Mad Max, and we infused. So we've got a donation bar at the top. We're doing we've already smashed the first total. Sorry. I'm also drinking my tea out of Bloggo Raid. Hello, Bloggo and the Bloggo gang. I'm drinking tea out of a Sinclair Spectrum mug. I bought this at the museum. You can buy it there. It's lovely and it's also practical because when you're typing in games in 48k mode, you need to know what the keywords are because otherwise you're going looking for them. So, what are type-ins if you're not aware? In the early 80s, you had books. Wonderful, wonderful books. Hello, Beanhead81. So, wait. And these books taught you about how to program. These are wonderful, wonderful Usborne books. Usborne are the absolute stars of this. So essentially, you type the games in, and you got to play them, and you got to thank you, Shinny, and you got to experiment with them. And a lot of the games weren't very good, and you would spend half an hour, 40 minutes, typing it in, and then go, oh, great. Some were good though, so we're going to look at some of them. So I'm now going to shrink my face. Ooh. Ooh, I'm getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, so tiny. Oh no, not that small. Like a little bit bigger than that. There we are. And switch to the Spectrum. And we're going to start off with one of these amazing typing games. And we should have Air Sea Rescue. Look at these amazing graphics. We are in charge of this helicopter. And we have to rescue the drowning man. The Drowning Man was Tim Hartnell, the editor of many, many, many type-in books in the early 80s. And he's now going to haunt me forever. You have a very small amount of time in order to manoeuvre the huge chunky helicopter, which I'm controlling with the cursor keys. And you've got to get the helicopter towards the man. And it's not brilliant. And also, you can't go up. You can go down, but you can't go up. And he wobbles about, back and forth. And this took about half an hour to type in. I thought this... Oh. And to prove I have typed it in, no. I do not want to play it again because it's awful. You type this in and it goes, oh yeah. And it gives you 25 cycles to see what you're doing. Fortunately, because it's a type-in, you can actually change it to make it slightly less rubbish. So there was a rude word there. I'm not quite sure what it was. Basically, I've got the super strict moderation on. Is it going to work? Who knows? Oh, here we go. Super strict moderation on just because I can't mod everything myself, and Daddy's also a moderator. So essentially, it might be a bit... Oh, have I saved him? Have I saved him? Have I saved him? I don't... Yay! I've saved Tim Hartnell. Again, no. It's rubbish. Yes, auto mod's not too bad. I put it on super strict just because it saves us faffing about. So that game would have taken you 40 minutes to type in, and you realise this is just rubbish. So, we're now going to look at a better game, because some games, I put loads in here. Some of these games were written obviously by teenagers, and these teenagers tried their best, and they actually got better. This was written by David Perry, not the David Perry who got into a strop on Games Master because he lost at Mario sliding or something, but the one who wrote Earthworm Jim, did the program for Earthworm Jim, and he was 14 when he wrote this. And I fiddled with it a little bit, but essentially this is a game where you shoot birds. This is not the version he provided. This is a version where I took some amendments of his. So you move the you move the cursor around trying to shoot the birds. And I'm not very good at shooting the bird. Oh, I've hit a bird. The only changes I made to it was I changed the colour of the bird to be a random colour. And on the spectrum, colours are all numbers, starting at 0 for black, 1 is blue, and so on. This is a cyan bird. So if you shoot a cyan bird, you get a score of 10 times the colour, which is 50. This is a white bird, so white birds are the best. The only other thing I did was I changed how it handles character input. Because you can use in keys, which says what key has been pressed, and that only copes with one key at a time. But I wanted to go diagonally. So what I changed it is a much faffier way of, in BASIC, of handling keyboard input. So this is another one of his, but I took it for basically it lets you monitor up to 5 keys at a time. So essentially I can go diagonally and fire. So I can do this. Now it's still very slow, but it's got a certain charm to it. And if you type this in, and then go, oh, I can make this better, maybe I can change some more sounds, it's not too bad. Oh, thank you for the host, Retro Respawn. It's when you start streaming that you realise how tricky it is to keep up with the chat. Also, the chat is about 3 seconds behind me playing. So you'll see me playing, and then you respond to me playing, and then I'll see you respond to me playing, at which point it's probably about 6 seconds. So I think this goes for 100 seconds. There was one typing I've had, which was quite good, and it had user-defined graphics, and it had animation. It was quite nicely done. And they built this alien spaceship that rotated around. It was quite exciting. But as I was typing it, I thought, this symbol looks very familiar. And it was a swastika. They had a rotating swastika, and I hadn't quite thought, oh, this jolly pinwheel, this would be nice. Oh, thank you for the donation, up to 835. So that was Cosmos, a little typing game, which I rather liked. So let's look at another one. There's a few of these. I've got a few, because I've been typing in these games for ages. Some of them are quite good. So let's have a bit of audience interaction. I typed this in earlier in the week. Now, have I typed the wrong thing in? I have typed the wrong thing, excuse me. I have typed the wrong... Ah, that's what I did. Excuse me one moment. I shall go and find Barrage. So I typed in somewhere, because that was barrage.szx. And I'm pretty sure I saved it somewhere. No. However, because Shinny's here, we shall play another game for the Spectrum called Snail Racing. How many punters? Well, let's just say, let's go with 2 of us. Me and the audience. Player 1, enter my name. Well, obviously I'm going to be Snorkers. And you're going to be the boys and girls at home. Everyone begins the game with 10p. Good luck to me in the set. Hello there, Tiger Max E. What? I'm going all in, people. I'm going 10p. I think I'm going to go with Karen. I think Karen is going to be the best snail. So, boys and girls of the audience, how much of your 10p do you want to bet on the snails? Afternoon all. First number, I will take the first number in the 5. Thank you, Ray. And which snail do you want? You've got Brian, you've got Karen, you've got Philip, you've got Dave, you've got Tony. Or I've got choose Philip. So it's Karen versus Philip. Let's off to the races. And off they go, presumably, at some point. We might be here all day waiting for... Oh, they're off. Oh, A is going. Come on, Karen. Which one's Karen? I've forgotten. Is Karen the white one? I think Philip's magenta. Oh, it's getting me close. There's a version of this called Air Show Racing, where you just bet on aeroplanes, or ski jump betting. It's like, what's the point? Because with gambling, if you've got real money involved, it's quite exciting. If you're like betting on something that doesn't really matter, it's a bit pointless. Oh, yay! So somebody won. I think that was Philip, which means the boys and girls of the audience. Oh dear, Snorkers is skint. So boys and girls, you got 5p. It wasn't Philip. Magenta. Magenta, because magenta is the best colour. So, boys and girls, do you want to bet 5p now? Well done, Philip. All in 5p. I like your thinking, Mad Max. That was Dave that won. It was Dave. Good old Dave. So, do you want Brian, Karen, and Philip, Dave, or Tony? God, I can bet all the winnings. Oh dear, sorry, Octavius. I've got super strict moderation on. Sorry about that. Obviously, you said something nice. Obviously, because it's you. We're going for Brian. Brian is red. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think it stops caps lock and cheery faces because I'm rubbish at what's the thing. Well, everyone's doing very well. £855. Yeah, I've got the super thing. So we're after Brian. Sorry, Octi. I do like caps lock. I've been typing in programs this morning. I'm 14 pages into a 42-page text adventure, and my hands actually really hurt because I was doing. It's all sort of. Oh, hello. You're doing very well. You're doing very well. Oh, yes. The boys and girls at home have done very well. Well done, boys and girls. Snorkers is still skinned. Poor Snorkers. 30p now. 30 whole p. It does. There's a comment from Duds about typing in text adventure. I think we'll go a slightly better game. Well, I'll explain. Duds is absolutely right. If you change a text adventure to type it in yourself. Right, so we're stopping this. Because I fixed this myself, because I'm brilliant. This is a game called Barrage from Tim Hartnell's giant book of Spectrum games. I have modded it to make it slightly less weird. We're going to play this again. 2-player, me versus the boys and girls. Other people are available. Let's go with 2 players. And I think we're going to be tough. It is definitely weird. So, text adventures. If you type it in, you know what all the puzzles are. And that's rubbish. If, however, you type it in using S. Robert Spiel's new adventure system, then all the text is encoded in some weird, horrible graphical interface which it decodes at runtime. So you don't know what figures are. So you still got the excitement. So I did 3 of these text adventures. 3 of these text adventures. So here is very. Hang on, this is not the right version. The reason I know it's not the right version is where the hell did I type it? Bomb Raid. If you bear with me, folks. I typed it in. Right, here we are. Because I made it not slightly less rubbish. This is Rat Catch. This game is actually genuinely rather good. It's from this book, Tim Hartnell's giant book of Spectrum games. You buy the whole book for $3.95 and have loads of games. Some of which are crap. Excuse my language. Some of them are not appropriate. Some of them are quite good. This is good. You have 2 rats and a bucket. And you're trying to build a wall for some reason by catching rats in a bucket. We're up to £855 now. So, we get extra life if we get 6 magenta or green bricks in a row. And we get 2,000 points. But if you miss 6 in a row, and you lose it. A rat game, exactly. I typed it in. Just for yourself, Octavius. And it's really good. It's by Graham Curling. Press a key to start. This is a cracking game. I was really pleased with this. Now, the only person who's going to get 6 magenta or pink bricks in a row is going to 1 credit classics. Because that man is basically that Nintendo robot from the adverts in the 80s, which was did everything brilliantly. And it's nice and it's quite simple. Obviously, positioning the rats is a little bit fiddly. But the difficulty curve is quite nice, because as you cut more and more bricks, I missed one, the wall gets higher. And as the wall gets higher, the amount of time you've got to respond gets less and less. This game is entirely in basic. Don't do that, James. Entirely in basic. Ooh, left a bit. And it's really easy to undershoot or overshoot. Oh, and you've got to catch 267 bricks. Or I think it's 300 bricks in total. I've never done it. I came close. I've got quite close to the top of the screen. Yes! Pro gamer here, people. Pro gamer. It's only 2 keys, and it's a really belting little game. I like some of them we type in. Ooh, 150. I typed in a Roman Empire game, was a video on, and I played it. It took 2 hours, and it was just completely rubbish. But at least I dressed up for it. Oh. If you're not careful, you spend most of your time, it's like playing squash, it just moves you around. Oh, we've got new colour, people, new colour. We've moved up to cyan. And as you know, cyan is number 5. Number 5 is cyan. Oh, oh. Oh, no. Oh, yes. If you miss 6 in a row, you lose a life. And it's surprisingly easy to miss 6 in a row. Yes. But not if you're a pro gamer like What-Ho Snorkers. Because he's dishing out the subs. And I'm officially better than N-Dubs. Because where's their career gone? They've gone nowhere. I've got 191 subscribers on the YouTube. And 38 followers on Twitch. Oh. I've lost a life. So you get a little tombstone appear. Oh. Oh. Yes! Let's take the chat. Oh. Here we go, left and right. Anyway, so these are little rats. There's no animation. But it's a cracking little game. So the idea... Oh, we're nearly there. No, God. Oh. Sorry about that. It's getting rather tense. I remember I went to the Centre of Computing History and I was typing in games on a BBC Micro. Yes, 300. Whoop. And of course, all these points will go to the Centre of Computing History, who are lovely, lovely people. I can play it one-handed while drinking tea. And I'm playing left-handed. You don't see many men playing left-handed when they're right-handed. Whoop, whoop, left a bit. Yes. Let's notice on to the yellow bricks, and now we get noticeably less time to play. Oh, come on. Each new level brings you closer to those magic. And the only noise you get is a little dropping noise it gets. It's like a little click. But it works quite like a heartbeat. And it gets faster and faster. Just because there's less time for the bricks to fall. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, people. Come on. All magenta bricks. These are the best ones. If I get 6 in a row, I get an extra life. But there's so little time to respond. Will I get an all-kind best clear? Who knows? Left a bit. That's another death, people. Oh, I nearly had that one. Yes. So I typed this in. The worst bit of typing this in was the lovely graphics at the start that says rat catch. That took about half an hour because you've got 3 lines of graphics characters and then they need to get more lined up, otherwise it looks awful. Oh. Oof. 92 bricks left, people. 92, 89. Oh. And it lures you out of position if you're not careful. Oh, green bricks. Green bricks. We are in 1 credit classics, golden axe, no hit clear territory. Oh. Oh. No, sorry. I'll keep going to the middle. Oof. Yes. Hopefully those donations are... Oh, I've lost another life. Oh, Christ. I can also see turn-based games are quite good for audience chatting. I'll find that barrage game in a second. Because that was quite good. I changed it to be slightly... Oh, lost another life. Oh, Christ almighty. Excuse me for blasphemy. Oh. Oh, blimey. Oh. 30 bricks left, mate. 30 bricks. Jesus. Oh, I've lost another life. And I'm dead. So I shall get on the high score table as, obviously, the best rat, Lord Bronk. Should we play again? No. But that was rather good. So let's get the audience participation game involved. If I can find the damn thing. Where is it? It wasn't that one, because I saved it somewhere. Bear with me. Let's put it somewhere, people. Let's put it somewhere. Thank you. Lord Bronk is, of course, the best rat. I like to imagine he's like, Ah, are you telling me you found it or not? Oh, right. This is not great viewing. So let's change again to a better game that isn't rubbish. Let's go not with Big Joe Space Rig, which actually let's go with Big Joe Space Rig because this is an exciting trucking game. So this is my improved trucking game because everyone likes Euro trucking. Yeah, the moderation is so I've set things up as default. So basically, you can't have multiple caps, and you can't have. Blimey, it's punching everybody, even Quang. And you can't have all emojis either. I think because I wasn't sure how to set it up. I thought this is get on with it. So essentially, here we get to choose our cargo. You can't roll the trucks, but what you can do is with moonshine, because it's of course a homage to Smokey and the Bandit, the truck can explode. Which is better than Euro Truck Simulator because it never explodes. How much you're going to carry? This, strangely enough, has absolutely very little difference. So I'm going to carry the most moonshine I possibly can. Because everyone knows Smokey and the Bandit. And you get this lovely little type-in thing. Oh, sorry, Octi. It's punishing everybody. At least Daddy's sorting it out. I hope no one particularly minds. So we are taking off with our truck. You can say truck. So we have to enter our speed up to 160. So I'm going to go. Let's go full pelt. Hello there, Kim. We're going to go full. We've got a full load of moonshine. We're feeling fresh. We're feeling relaxed. Everything's going pretty good, and the mod has gone berserk. So the speed limit is 100, and this is my improved version. Ooh, we have got a runaway space bride. Should we help her, gang? Should we help her? Yay! Right, we are going to help the runaway space bride. Excellent. So, the runaway space bride has various effects on the game. So if you get stopped by the police, there's a chance you get arrested. But if when you need to rest, because eventually you get rest, as you know, just like in Real Truck Simulator, you can get tired. Then you need to rest at a rest stop. However, board has changed. And that means the moonshine's getting a little bit frisky. So I'm going to go a little bit slower. A little bit slow, you know, we don't want the moonshine to explode. Yes, exactly. Oh dear, I'm already dead. Yes, what I implemented a change. If when you rest, you normally rest a few hours sleeping in the rest stop. Unfortunately, we have now killed Sally Field. We have killed Sally Field, people. This is not so good. I know. I need to learn from Octavius, the best trucker in the business. So let's try again. Let's go with something that doesn't explode. Let's go with Bellatrix Beasties. And let's have all of them. These will spoil if we're slow. Ooh. Ah, yeah. I was trying to do. I was recording stories for Chibi Shin. Unfortunately, there's a whole bit of a copyright issue with that, recording other people's stories. It's like, yeah, you can't do that, mate. Oh, okay, fine. So I'll take them down. So I'm sticking them on DVD instead. So look at this. This is the best bit. We have liftoff. So now we're not going to explode, but we have wild animals in the back. So let's go full speed. I feel fresh and relaxed. Drinking my tea. Uh-oh, space pirates chase me. Because I'm going fast, I escape easily. Because when I saw this game, I instantly thought of the Dennis Hopper comeback film. Oh, 870, 870. See, they're after me again, these space pirates. I thought of the Dennis Hopper comeback film, Space Truckers, which of course stars Charles Dance. Oh dear, I'm getting bored. Oh dear, be fined for speeding. So in my video of this, I added a sound effect which I actually purchased for £3.50 because the game needed the sound effect of Charles Dance. So essentially, we travel along, perfectly. Just it's like going in space, and we get bored, So Dad is available to mod streams, parties, bar mitzvahs. I did add one word to the blacklist. Oh, we have Sally Field again. We have Sally Field. Shall we have Sally Field? Shall we help her? She's running away from Buford T. Justice and his buffoonish space son. Yes, thank you, Tiger Maxi. We've now got Sally Field and a truck full of wild animals in space. And I'm about to run out of fuel, looks like. I'm becoming tired. This is not so good. That's a good point. Oh, we can refuel. Let's refuel. Fuel costs, well, yeah, let's have all the fuel because I don't want to not run out of fuel. Excellent. So we're going to put the hammer down, as us truckers say. Spacebound down, oh, yuckin' truckin'. We're going to do what they say can be done. We got a long way to go and a short time to get there. Himmy bandit run. So that the day has changed, it's now noonday. I added the colours myself because otherwise this was entirely dull. It's 1:36 on noonday, which is, I think, Space Tuesday. Oh, thank you, Daddy. Yeah, unfortunately, there's bad folks about. So I'm becoming tired. And what happens when a trucker becomes tired after speeding very fast? So I'm very tired. So the faster you go, the more tired you get. Because obviously, trucking along like a maniac makes you a bit more tired. So let's go a little bit slower in the hope we'll eventually find a motorway space rest area. I could not have planned this any better. We have an asteroid rest stop ahead. So I'm going to rest now, otherwise we'll fall asleep in space. How many hours is it? Let's rest for 12 hours because I'm very tired. Now, because we've got Sally Field, we only slept 8 hours. I wonder what we were doing. Anyway, let's carry on though. This is why it's good to modify these games. I think you do, Tiger Mac. We don't need any more fuel though, because you don't get runaway space brides in Octavius's Euro trucking streams. Enter my speed. Go on, we're nearly there. Are we nearly there? Yes, we are nearly there. When the gyro hits 4,200 or so, we get to destination. I'm very tired now. I don't need any fuel though. What I need is some monster. Let's keep moving, keep pushing forward. It took me hours to type this in. They're making... Oh, space pirates chase me. I have to fix the cyborg captain's broken dipstick, which cost me time. So I've arrived at 30 hours noonday, which is in space. Well, I think I've done pretty well there. We've got a profit of 19,400 plus Space Sally Fields give me a reward of 5,000. Plus, I didn't sleep a lot. I think that's a good success. So, I also added a career mode. Unfortunately, the game isn't dull enough to be so it's too dull to be interesting. So, let's also find a better game now, one that's a bit more exciting. So bizarrely, I have typed some of them in. So this game is just utterly bizarre. It looks like a game, The World of Wizards. Bloody hell, that was loud. Wizards Well, which is really loud in my ears. Everyone getting moderated, I've gone berserk. Essentially, you put decisions in, and it doesn't really matter what you do. It just does random stuff and beeps at you in your ears. So we're going to wander around this maze while it shrieks at me. Passing through a wizard's well until we die horribly. I've fallen down a pit. But I've defeated... Yeah, 900 quid. You fall down a pit. Fall down to pit. Defeat a dragon. Ooh. We got a decision. So, do you want a goblin that attacks us? Shall we fight? Or shall we run? Down to pit. This is the wizards to pit. I've got a space mining game to type in. Yeah, you can't use many words. But they're 900 quid. I'll stop the when it's not a charity stream, I'll relax the moderation rules. Have a scrap. Thank you, Shinny. Bloody goblins. I was the king of the goblins, you know. Oh, we got a door. We've got a door. Is it a mysterious door? Should we go through it? What should it do? Sorry, Krang. Everything's banned, yeah. Don't can't use our treasure. We need to give our treasure to the Centre of Commuting History. Hello! This is Wizard's Well. Go through the door. A game where it's a bit like Skyrim. Oh, we've been attacked by a warlord. It's a bit like Skyrim, except your decisions really don't make any sense. So if you run away, you might die. Yeah. So what do you reckon? What do we reckon? Yeah, stop at the symbols. Kick you in the gob. Oh, right. Take that, warlord. Oh dear, I've been injured. There's another door. What can we do with these doors? After this, it's exciting, this. My wife only has black pudding in the evenings. So, should we go for the door, boys and girls, or should we leave away the door? Yeah, sorry, Quang. I tried to sort out the moderation before the stream, but then my PC started to die. Because I'm sure Mr. Blanchard's stream once said hello and got moderated just for saying hello. I think I was out of caps lock or something. Let's go for the door. Oh, a wraith attacks us. Oh dear. Should we fight the wraith or should we run off? Hello does have hell in it. There are so many naughty words. Oh, thank you for the host, Ray. We do 900 quid. I think we should. What should we do? What should we do, gang? I think we're gonna fight the wraith. Oh, we can say nude. Say it on. Yes. I found a bloody hell. This in my headphones. This is really, really loud and piercing. Oh, we've been attacked by a fairy. I'm a bit scared now. That is going to block everyone from the internet. We've been streaming now for a half an hour. We've got £910, people, in my slightly missing scheme. Yeah, so the it doesn't like caps. It doesn't like only emoji. Sorry. It'll probably ban me if I start spamming. So I think we should fight. I think we should run away from the fairy because it sounds a bit scary. Oh, we escaped. Hello, Horsenberger. So, doesn't like long send. Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, this is my first ever proper stream, so I've gone set all the defaults and not realised that some of them are probably the most extreme thing ever. So, which direction should we go? We can go north, we can go south, we can go east, we can go west. Any way you like. So many types. This wasn't too bad. This is only about 4 or 5 pages out of this book. And it's one of the type. It's actually quite exciting. Let's go west. We can't go up. There is no up in. And there's another door. We've got another door. God. Let's go through the door. Attacked by a fairy. Let's fight the fairy this time. Oh dear. We're getting wounded. Another door. A dwarven warrior now. Well, let's fight him. You can see why kids would have spent hours typing this in. Well, at least about an hour. And then you go, well, that's a bit rubbish, really. Let's have another. We're going to do this till we die. I got wounded by a fairy, and we're going to fight another one. We're going to get our revenge. I've been injured again. There's a similar one to this on cassette 50, which is actually quite good, as you wander around and just random things happen. Yes, as Kim said, we proceed in the direction we perceive to be north. There was a text adventure I typed in called Everyday Adventure, which I was convinced would have a prostitute in it, but it didn't really. And you're in your house, and you have to use compass directions, not go downstairs. Oh, we've got cassette 50. Oh, I've got cassette 50. Oh, yes. I particularly liked in cassette... I liked in cassette 50 there is a adventure which contains machine code. One byte of machine code is literally loads return into memory and then invokes it, which is like completely pointless. But it gives it a go. Again, let's go for it. We're going to die soon. Oh, let's fight this warlord. When I was a kid, I used to read Warlord. It was quite good. The lead character was a bloke called Lord Peter Flint, and I'm dead. But we did raise $900 for the Centre for Computing History, which is a great job. So now we're going to look at Barrage, which I typed in and saved somewhere, possibly on the Dracula game. But this, if I can get the thing to, thank you, run. This is Barrage. We're going to go for medium difficulty, 2 players. It's essentially artillery barrage. And it draws this screen. It's meant to be a landscape. I thought, well, why is it blue? Why is it, when you think landscape, you don't think blue. Hello, Aiden Half Troll. You think green. Green for landscape, not blue. Blue is the sea. Green is the land. So essentially I changed it to be green. Then I saved it somewhere and I can't find it now. I also changed the spaceship, the little artillery things with different colours. The reason I did that is then you get a nice bit of colour clash. You can see where you fired. But essentially you have to hit the other player. So I'm going to hit with a 60-degree angle, pressing enter. They also put in a really bizarre way of entering the data. Not just input. Input would have been simple. This does some complicated reading of the screen. So I'm going to go with 9. Here we go, people. Up it goes, up it goes, up it goes, up it goes. Is it going to make it over the top? No, it's all gone floppy. It's all gone floppy. So, audience, you're on the right-hand side. You are the red cannon. What angle would you like? What angle would you like between 0 and 90? This is probably the bit version that isn't entirely fixed. There are bugs in this, like it would bounce off the ground and then break. 45-degree angle, thank you, Tiger Max Z. And your force between 1 and 10. Oh, sorry, Octo, you were too slow. Full power. I like the idea of re-enthused. Oh, no, hang on. That's better. Let's go with full power. Where do we go? Oh, it's looking good. It's looking good. We've cleared the mountain. That is a great thing. That's a great thing. And we've gone off the side. So the aim is to get over and then drop it down. So last time it says you did this. I did 60 and 9. It wasn't enough. So I'm going to go with 70 and 10. That's how it goes this time. The nice thing about the colour clash, although you can't get destroyable scenery, at least it can see vaguely where you've hit. Oh, hello. 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 I think... Oh. Maybe. Oh, not quite. That close. That close. I'll get you next time. So, team. Yeah, I know. That was close. Come on, gang. What can we get? Come on. £920 now. £920. What angle would you like? See, last time was 45-degree angle. So 78 and power 7, says Daddy. Well, he's a mod. We mustn't upset the mods. 78 and what is that? Power 7. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh, it's a lot higher. It's a lot higher. It's a lot higher. It's still. Ooh, hello. It's look. Ooh. Daddy's gone all droopy. Daddy's gone all droopy. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. He's let himself down. He's let me down. And most of all, he's let down the Centre for Computing History. So now I am going to try the best angle ever, because it was very close, and Force 10 from Navarone. Ooh, up we go, up we go. Do, 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 do. To me, come on. Oh, here we go, here we go. The boys and girls at home are bricking themselves. They are bricking it. Sorry, Nulani. I've got the world's most. You know what I say to that? Please donate to the charity and don't hate me. But let's not have another game of that. Let's find something a bit more exciting. We're now 41 minutes into the stream. Let's look at one of the games. This is this is similar to, but not the same as, Rat Catch. This is the the hell. Oh. This is a game I typed in for my Viva La Fletch special. Leaky roof. Because New Zealand, it rains a lot. Essentially, he's going to catch 30 drops of water in his yellow bucket. And there's absolutely no sound whatsoever. The roof looks like a brick wall, not a roof, which is obviously wrong. And you don't die, you just have to catch 30 drops of water. And this will take about an hour to type in. And they go, oh, that's a bit rubbish, really. Oh, I've scored 12. Yeah, that wasn't brilliant. But fortunately, I've got loads of these damn things. So let's go with, I think it's Galactic Defend. Oh no, Draculax. This is the vid game I did yesterday. Good afternoon, AF. This is Draculax. This is written by a 14-year-old lad called Mr. Mortland. He's still doing something in computers. He has a podcast about quantum computing, and now he's in his early 50s. So this was written in 1983, when teenagers could write professional. Exactly right. There are no vampires in Romania, because this is Draculax. Not to be confused with Castlevania Dracula X, or Rondo of Blood as it's called. Essentially, we have to go and kill Draculax, who is a robot version of Dracula, and it's a text adventure that doesn't really need to be one. With full instructions, we pick up objects and use objects to solve puzzly things. But we must be careful not to make too much noise, because if we make too much noise, we will wake sleepy Draculax, who is sleeping in his coffin, controlled force for power input. And then he'll drive his hydraulic fangs into our neck. And it's fully user-defined graphics. They use every single user-defined graphic in the book. And there's about 3 pages of data statements to type in. And they're all completely awful. They're like, in one line you get loads of bin statements. Never use bin statements for UDGs. And there are about 24 to each line. So it's bin, did, and it's like, you just keep typing forever and you can't line anything up and you miss one out and it all goes horribly wrong. So this took up, I spent last Sunday morning fixing this. But you can see you've got Draculax's coffin. There's me, who stands like this. There's a laser gun, a glove, a torch, a key, a coffin, robotic bats, planks, cobwebs, etc, etc, etc. This is exciting. And it's got sound. The only change I made is I got fed up of typing go north, because, well, just type N for north. It seemed appropriate. So, who dares to enter Draculax's laboratory? Well, that's me! which is the other thing they did. They added they changed the beeper. They changed the beeper to be not a click, but a little tiny, tiny beep. So small you can barely hear it, but it's quite pretty. I thought, oh, that's quite nice. Look at this. So we're the little bloke standing like this with his legs apart, you know, showing off the ladies. Draculax is on the right-hand side. To get to Draculax, we have to get past a coffin, which is on the top of the screen. Essentially, you move around and look for stuff. This will beep at you, and it's rather exciting. Ah, Paul, how's it going? And Gargapunk. So, this game is entirely luck-based, in that you need certain items to get past certain things. You can only move orthogonally, which is north, south, east, west. The bats can also move diagonally, which means you can't really outrun them. So we're going to try anyway, because this is what we do after spending 3 hours typing it in. Yeah, I think Ponder made a great point in the comments or the Discord that robotic bats should be called robats. Oh dear. Oh dear. I died. I did a death. The pulsing effect on the border is just them changing the border really, really quickly. It absolutely is Retro Respawn. But I really rather liked this. Yeah, 14-year-old lad. It's all in basic. We don't need instructions this time. Right. Right. You got multiple tunes. There's even some quite nice sound effects, which surprised me because I didn't think. Well, you got a beeper, and that's all you've got. But they made it work. They made it work with it. Yeah. So, if we land on a coffin, we'll die horribly. So let's try and do something else. I need caps lock on, by the way. The Spectrum does let you use punctuation marks. Am I moving? I don't know. Ah. Yes, I'm moving. I had to be lowercase. So, to the left, we've got an array of coffins and a electrified cobweb. To the right, we've got a gap, but it's guarded by a bat. Yes, you don't want to cough. Yes, I've got the world's most extreme mod. Is you know, when lovely people show up, like lovely Mr. PSB, who's a very generous supporter of charity, and it starts punishing him for no reason whatsoever. He does very good streams, Mr. PSB. I really enjoyed. He did a stream of the Horus game, and it was genuinely lovely. So, we're trying to get past all this nonsense to get to Draculax's coffin. Oh, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Oh dear. This was about 3 pages. That was quite a nice effect. That was 3 pages. The robotic bat, or robat, has sucked out all my blood and has left my shriveled up body to rot. Oh dear. That's true, Daddy. But he's a cuddly man. I've not even got any points yet. No, we don't want instructions. Right. Let's be serious now. Right. £920. Excellent. Here we go. Here we go. So the bat's killed us. Oh, bugger. Right. We need to get past the bat. Because we need to get a laser, ideally. Unfortunately, we know we can't. We know we can't land on a coffin. If you land on the coffin, you die. If the bat gets you, you die. I'm sure it wasn't written by Robotron. So, only thing we've got left is, can we get past this electrified cobweb to get to the laser? Yeah, I was inspired to do this in the style of Patrick Moore. If this thing stays in beyond this game, I'll be quite impressed. Daddy is quite correct. We need an electro crucifix. I attempted, in vain, to remove an electrified cobweb from my path. My skin has been severely burnt and disfigured by the high intensity of the electric shock. Transylvania Laboratory echoes with my cries of terror and pain. I think I'm dead. Hello there, Taz. We are playing Draculax, a typing game entirely in BASIC, written by a 14-year-old in 1983. And I've just died again. Oh, thanks for the host, Taz. I've still not got any score. I had to play this about 6 times. I like it. It's a good game. It is luck-based. It depends on how it spawns. If you're lucky... Oh, who will I be now? Oh, let's be Taz. Oh, no. Alright, we are being serious gamers now. Let's be Mr. PSP. So you'll do it better. And eventually, you get to a point... Does Dracula have brides? I do remember the Van Helsing film with the Brides of Dracula, because one of them was in a very interesting advert for the Milk Marketing Board. Oh, we might be in luck. So, we need to get to the laser, which is north of the central room. However, what we need to do is get there before the bat does. Unfortunately, the bats all move towards me as far as they can. So there's a bat in the middle. Now, unfortunately, I might be out of luck. Bugger. Because you can't move diagonally, unfortunately. Yeah. So the bat in the centre can't move past the cobweb, which is brilliant. There's a bat to the east, and there's a bat to the north. So the laser lets you fight the bats. Unfortunately, because you can't move diagonally, you can't escape the bats, which is a bit of a pain. So I'm about to die again, people. Right. Let's try this again. This time... There we are. The joys of emulation. Right. This time is going to be the good one. And then after this, we're going to try something else. This time we're bound to win. It's going to be a poke, this is. Being one credit classics. The man's a genius. He's done No Death Clears of Dai Makamura, which is the Japanese version of Ghosts and Goblins. I received this book in the post today. Ooh, I may have won another one on eBay for £1. So, right, there's a laser in the... Yeah, I think we're good now. So there's a laser in the middle. So what we need to do is make sure the bat at the top doesn't go too far to the east. Because now, hopefully, he won't go north because that's the wrong way. Yes, and get that laser. We can get the laser. You can only carry one object at a time. So what we need to do, we need to get the stake to kill Dracula, but you can't kill Draculax, sorry, if you're already dead. But also you have to watch out for your noise you make. So if you make too much noise, you'll wake up sleepy Draculax. And waking up sleepy Draculax is an instant game over. So this could have been done quite easily, not as a text adventure. Originally, this you had to type "go north" each time, and I said that's just ridiculous. Do we want a laser, boys and girls? Do we want a laser? £950? Wow, we're doing really good. Let's see what the chat's. Yes! Thank you, John B. We'll take a laser. We are now fully tooled up with a laser. So what we need to do is very carefully, as in I'm typing quite quickly, at least it doesn't flicker, because it doesn't, the only things that move on the screen are you and the bats. It doesn't have to keep updating the screen all the time, so it's quite fast. We have to manoeuvre ourselves between the coffins. The coffins, of course, are bottomless pits, which will kill us. You've got the electrified cobwebs, which will kill us and leave us horribly disfigured, as well as dead, which is also a bad thing. Don't get horribly disfigured and dead, kids. It doesn't help. Aha, so Mr. Bat is coming. I need to kill the bat at the bottom. I think after we've finished with it, I think we attach it to the head of a shark will be an excellent idea, Taz. Right, here comes Mr. Bat. And what do we say to Mr. Bat, boys and girls? We say, naff off. Yes, we are the greatest gamers. So, unfortunately, I don't have sound alerts. However, you have to do with my own singing. Baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark do 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 do, baby shark, mama shark do 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 do. Now, if you notice on the top, it says noise 1. The more noise we make, when we hit noise 4, Draculax awakens. No, 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 robot. But remember, we've got a laser. Yes, I remember that family-friendly-ish stream. I didn't stick the V's up to the camera, but we've killed the bat. So now, we can very carefully avoid all the coffins. Yes, I did a typing in stream the other day. Laser, yeah, I've got a laser. And I was trying not to make horrible grunting noises because it sounds quite rude. Basically, trying to do symbol shift and letters at the bottom, the other end of the screen. Because on a Spectrum keyboard, it's a bit smaller than a modern keyboard and has more shift keys. So, the stake is the sort of diagonal, triangular thing. £950, people were doing really, really well. We smashed the goal last night, just before the starting of the pub quiz, which is really, really nice. And by the way, thank you all for tuning in, keeping me company. It's a really great cause, and it's a lovely museum. I went there last year, I think for the Halloween thing, and I played. The keys are for nothing, actually. Gargip makes a good question. What are the keys for? The keys are a red herring object, as are the torches. They don't do nothing. They don't do nothing. So the idea is you're carrying them. We want to pick up the stake because we need to kill Draculax. And Draculax, as we know, is a bad man. Yes, good locks would make sense, but there are no locks in this game. There are no locks, and there's no darkness. If there was darkness, we could sing, "Hello, darkness, my old friend. We've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping, look, it sees when you were sleeping, and a vision that was planted in my brain." Oh, does that work? To remain in the sound of silence. Here we go. So, the museum is actually really good. They also got a 1970s office, which is full of lovely stuff. They've got an IBM machine there. If you want, you can buy media from them, including CDs, different types of disc, even punch cards. We need to kill Draculax because he's a bad robot who has a reign of terror. The Computer Museum also sells wonderful cards from their shop and wonderful ZX Spectrum 48K mugs. Other computers are available, but they're just not as good. Ah, there, Grail. He's lurking. I was chatting away. Yes, the museum is really, really nice. So I went there. I played ColecoVision. I played Gorf on the ColecoVision. I was not aware that the Coleco was a real computer until I went there. I thought it was just a comedy computer from The Simpsons that, you know, the Jack Lemmon Gill bloke kept trying to sell to the school because he's awful. Not as a genuine real thing. It was rather good, Gorf on the ColecoVision. They do miss out the Galaxians level because obviously that's a really dodgy copyright thing that's nicked it. Although Gorf nicked it from Galaxians as well. So anyway, this is Draculax. Scroll. I drive the stake into his main processing unit and put an end to his evil robotic life. Gotcha, suckers! And now we all have an epileptic fit. Now we must escape from the laboratory. They might do. They might sell everything. Providing Octavius hasn't touched all the items first. In which case, that's probably why the museum's actually closed, because all the items have been claimed. What we have to do now is make our way to the exit, which is clearly marked on the top left of the screen. We can now make as much noise as we like, which is nice, because Draculax is dead. Ding dong, Dracula's dead. Which are Draculax? Robotic Dracula. Ding dong, robotic Dracula is dead. It's written by a 14-year-old and it's rather splendid. Yes, Draculax is certainly does sound rather laxative based. So remember with this game, if you touch an item, you get a choice of claiming the item. Between us and the exit, either there's a long way round or some cobwebs. We know that cobwebs will kill us. We know that coffins will kill us. So what we need to do is somehow get past everything. There's a bat there as well. We don't like bats. So what we need to do is, very carefully, I think we can get to the exit if I don't die on a coffin. I'll show you what happens if we, with the coffin, by the way, because I need to get the laser, which, as we know, is an acronym. Thank you for the lovely donations. 955. Thank you ever so much, people. We're now going to carrying a stake, which is no use to us. We don't want a stake, but we want a plank. This is a plank or a piece of paper. So what can we do with a plank? We shall see what we can do with a plank. Proper stuff. So we remember we need the laser, otherwise the robotic bat or robat will kill us. Even scratching my nose. We've been going for over an hour now. We're at £955. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. We have currently got 32 viewers, possibly, or 32 moderated messages. I don't really know. So, oh dear. It's a bottomless pit. Oh dear, people. But luckily, we've got a plank.
Don't give me no back talk, sucker.
And that's quite nice. That's all done in BASIC. A little for loop just moves it up and down a little bit with a beep. Because with the Spectrum, it's only got one CPU. So it can only do one thing at a time. So whenever you actually beep, it actually interrupts everything else you're doing. So you can actually put it in as timer for animation. So we need to get past, either get past the cobwebs. To get past the cobwebs we need the glove. We haven't got the glove, but we can get the glove. The glove is down here. The problem is, can we get the glove without also getting the laser, because we want to make sure that we want the laser eventually, but we need to get the glove to get past the things. That's a matter of object management. Poo. Because we've got a laser, we don't want the laser, we want the glove. But to get the glove, you've got to get past the laser, and you can't move past it, which is a bit of a shame. So we're now going to go the long way round, people. In the meantime, I shall serenade you with Spectrum loading noises. I got annoying quickly. Right. So we have to get all the way around. Go as fast as I can. That's thanks to my amazing keyboard skills. Yeah, the glove's boxed in. You can't get the glove on one side without getting rid of the coffin. The good news is if you cross the coffin with the plank, the coffin disappears, which does help. So not too long now, and we play something else. Something else exciting. After this, we should look at a similar looking game, but this is an Usborne special, which is one of the ones I always wanted to play as a kid. Yes, definitely. There's a lot of screeching noise and flashing imagery. Everything on the Spectrum was designed to upset somebody. At least on the 128K plus 2 Spectrum, thanks to Lord Sugar, the sounds went through the telly, so you could turn the sound down, I think. Whereas the 48K Spectrum, you had a beeper and you had no chance of doing that. So I'm going to pick up my Freddy Krueger glove. Swap the laser for the glove. And now, hopefully, I may have to run back and get it again. Poo. Right. I'm picking the laser up again, because there's a path to the exit that it doesn't involve hitting a cobweb, but Mr. Bat is pacing on the other side of the wall. 965. We've done so well. Not we, the gang have done so well, I should say. The museum is a lovely, lovely place. I went there and I typed in a basic program on some kind of mainframe console, the classic 10 print hello 20 go to 10, and that worked, but occasionally you get interrupts on the screen, so it would muck up the formatting, so it's really rather lovely. Yes, I remember playing a game on the Spectrum called Mercenary Escape from Targ, which is absolutely excellent game. The problem being, whenever you entered a room, it would go, meh, meh. And you entered lots of rooms, and every time you went through a door, meh, meh. So when you're playing it on a Saturday morning, oh, attacked by a bat. That is a really quite nice bat effect. Yes. When I did a Usborne text adventure, you get attacked by bats at one point. I got the sound off YouTube. But I could have done it in game, really. So we're nearly there. Nearly there, and then, yeah. So up we go. Mostly was great. Yes, you could fly a wedge of cheese. It was a really good. I told you, 1 credit classics. 1 credit classics. The man's a legend. That's why he's on my wall of awesome. So we're now going to play Dungeon of Doom. But first of all, we're going to create a character first. This is from, excuse me, Write Your Own Fantasy Adventures, from Fantasy Games from Usborne. It's a role-playing game, and it is absolutely beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. As a kid, I wanted to play this, but it's 3 separate programs to type in, which was quite big. And there's there are 3 programs, and I typed these in over, I think, a year ago, and I was drunk at the time, I think. I can't remember. So I think you go, yes, J and K are the keys. So I'm going to increase. How do these work? I'm not going to look at what the keys are because I can't remember. It does tell you what you have to do. This is called. Aha, Z. We're going to increase our attributes. We're going to reduce our intelligence though. Who knows what these things do? But we're going to get rid of them. Because we are going to be a barbarian of some sort. We're currently a wanderer. Yeah, a wanderer. We go round, around, 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 and round. So currently, wanderers are a bit rubbish. We don't want to be a wanderer. We want to be a barbarian because they're the best. She doesn't tell you what you have to do. It's exciting content, this. This took ages of typing, especially because I was drunk. I was drinking Aperol Spritzes at the time. I'm now a barbarian. This is excellent news, people. Excellent news. I've got no points left. So once you've done that, I think I press... Do I press enter? I don't know. Book of Law. Ah, here we are. Press the space bar, sorry. Now I go to the shop. So I'm going to buy some weapons. I want a two-handed sword. 'Tis mine. Thank you very much, people. The Museum of Computing History does not sell weapons, unfortunately. Because we're a barbarian, we can't have heavy armour. But we can have chainmail, though, which is nice. And let's have a golden helmet. And a headpiece and a shield. And a torch. This is all proper stuff, this. And let's have a healing salve or two. I shall name my character in honour of the person who got me started doing all this nonsense. Let's have Henchtavius the Barbarian. Oh. I thought I fixed that. Let's have Henchlad. So what he wants me to do is save this tape. I'll create a virtual tape. Would you excuse me a moment? We're going to be called Henchlad the Barbarian. Clickety click. The reason being is we need to save this. It's only 62 bytes. Don't get it wrong. Remember, subs get Snapchat. So we're now going to play the game, which is this one. Bomb. And goes, okay then. It's loading the game, which is if this fits into 16K, which is rather nice. It's now initializing. He wants us to insert the hero tape. It's one of the reasons I didn't do it as a kid. You have to be careful now with what you do. It's because you have to have access to many tapes. Press any key, and then you load. 62 bytes for our character Henchlad. Thank you for the £975. Wow, we're doing so well. So now we need the dungeon tape. We need to insert a new tape for the dungeon, which is level 1, which is only 233 bytes, and this will let us play this game, and it's all in here. I'll press any key. Would actually help, James, sorry. I did rather enjoy it, because this game was written for the Commodore 64, boo, the VIC-20 plus 16K, the Electron, the 48K Spectrum, and the BBC Micro. So I think it's now initializing, or should be, and then hopefully it'll do something. Fingers crossed, live stream. It's been a while since I played this, or has it not done it? View, cassette recorder, play. Ah, here we are. Sorry, folks. It's been a while. It's definitely a level. Okay. Now what? Is it initializing? Ah, it's right. Sorry. It was initializing. So what we have multiple keys. We have Henchlad. We can rotate him around with. Rotate to the left with B. There he's spinning around. Look. Rotate to the right with N. Move forward with M for movement. And attack with an A. We can also use our torch with T, I think. T for torch, who knows? Potions of soul. Right, no, let's move. It's torch, obviously. If you want to use a torch, you press R for reveal. And it shows you, oh dear, we have a little monster. It's hit me. You have to hold down you have to hold down A. It's broken my sword already. That's a waste of money. Am I attacking him? I think I'm attacking him. So in this game, you don't actually get better. As you go through the adventure, the aim of the adventure is to find the lost golden idol from the bottom of the dungeon of Cregan. The first time I played this, I had a wizardy character who cast a spell which magically created the idol, therefore I won, which wasn't entirely right. You heal slowly over time, which is nice. Monsters appear in the darkness. You can only... oh. How do we do? Yes, I can... Oh dear, there's treasure there. There's treasure afoot, and there's a monster. He looks a bit like a pirate. Oh, I'm hitting him now. I'm facing the wrong way, and I'm holding on the A key, and I'm just hitting him. And I've decked him. He is dead. So this took several days to type in. You would type in the dungeon generator. Then you would type in the character generator with going to the shop. Then you type in the game, which is many, many pages. And I started playing it, and it wasn't really working. And I had no... Oh, hello. You don't automatically pick up objects. Press G to get. Eventually. Oh, no. And you get them by facing them. I've got some treasure. You heal slowly over time. I've not played NetHack. I have played something similar called Larn or Ulan at university, which is a ASCII-based dungeon crawler. Which is similar to this. You start off, you're going to find a potion to save your daughter, who's dying of some rare disease or some such thing. Now the monster in the middle is not flashing, he's not currently activated. You activate the monster by moving on to them, at which point he'll start flashing and start trying to hit me. My sword's now broken. So I mentioned, as you go forward, you lose weapons. Oh dear, and your strength drops as well, you get tired out. Can I kill him? Can I kill him for it? I've killed him, but I'm absolutely exhausted. So what I have to do now is basically wait. So because I'm a cheat man, I'm increasing the speed of the emulation to 10 times. I can also drink a potion by pressing P, which increases that. So let's keep moving on. This took days and days and days of typing in. As a kid, I was absolutely fascinated by this. I'm facing north, so I can't move. By moving, you'd make yourself more tired. I never typed it in because it would take days. So even as an adult, you type a few pages in, save it to disk, go and do something else while drinking. So that's now reveal. This is going to work? Yes, it is. So the funny cross-haired thing, that's a trap. If you're in a trap, you're stuck there until you're strong enough to escape. The circle is a safe space, which is a nice place to be. In your safe space, you cannot be attacked by monsters. Oh, that's my tummy rumbling. So the idea of this, you can't leave the dungeon until you at the next experience point of level. Oh, sorry. And this isn't turn-based, it's actually sort of-ish real time. As if you just sit here quietly, your strength will slowly go up. If you keep moving around, and it moves as fast as you'll let it type. Oh, hello. We got a monster. It's hitting me. Because I'm very tired, my strength has dropped. So it's harder for me to hit, and when I hit, I do less damage. So you just hold down A. I'm really, really sleepy now. Not me personally, Henchlad, the barbarian. So he's now dead. And I've now got experience of 2, which I believe means we're good enough to go to the next level. Oh, hello, treasure. Thank you. We need treasure to save the Centre for Computing History, which we call the Computing Museum, because that's also its Twitter handle. And they're lovely, lovely people. We're currently £975. They also have books for sale on their website. I love the books, because it's a time that passed quite quickly. Only a few years. I thought, well, why would you? Yes, level 2. Why would you type in a game and just buy one that's much, much, much better? So now I need to press play on the tape, and it should start playing. On to level 2 now. Level 2. This is where it gets serious. The gloves are coming off. We're 20 minutes in. We are £996.74. This is lovely. The trumps are wonderful. They're really good fun. I played them with my friend David in the pub. So now we have an uncomfortable wait while it does something. Now we're in level 2. We're at the bottom right of the map. Let's reveal. It's much more maze-like, and we've already exposed a monster who can obviously fight us through walls, which is doesn't make a lot of sense, does it really, people? Doesn't make a lot of sense. But the first time I played this, I was moving into the monster, trying to attack it. Oh dear. And we died. We died. But we gave it a good go. Level 2. Let's now try another one of these mad little games. Let's go. Ooh. Bomb Raid V2. That'd be nice. And let's do new. This is Bomb Raid V2. Another of these typing games. It's basically, there are so many of these games that are basically City Bomber. And this again is basically City Bomber. Written by a bloke called, someone called G. Dewey. There's only one control, the letter B. However, in a twist from City Raid, there's also a Mad Bricky, possibly escaped from the Arvidas and Pet game. So the idea is we have to make an emergency landing, and unfortunately there are lots of buildings in the way. So rather than landing somewhere else, we're just going to just bomb them. There's a version of this on the ZX81 called Manhattan, which is like, yeah. This is entirely in basic. You can get to drop one bomb at a time. And as it's in basic, you have to press the letter B. Now, some people would think that the Spectrum is very unresponsive to keyboard input, and they would be incorrect. You'd be wrong. It actually polls the keyboard 50 times a second. Unfortunately, if you're in basic, that's the in keys command, and it goes, oh, if you want anything else to happen, like moving a plane across the screen, you have to do that code at the same time, and then go, have you pressed the key yet? And as you get closer and closer, it gets more and more critical to press the right keys. Now, the good news is, compared to City Bomber, where you only get one go, here you get 3 lives. And you get points for knocking down buildings. Oh, but not for getting it wrong. Getting it wrong is a bad... Don't get it wrong, people. But each time you get it wrong, you miss a chance to get a building. Oh, and I'm in... Oh, there he is! Damn you, Jimmy Nail! And now he's got a bizarre building in the sky. Working all day for a packet of pain on a Saturday night. But you keep a little here just to keep you in beer. That's living alright. Working in the sun, drinking schnapps, having fun. That's living alright. That's living alright. And now, of course, you get the boring bit. Is if you start at the top of the screen, which we have done, you've got a very, very long time to get to anywhere interesting. It's like starting a war game about World War II, but of course you're starting in January 1940. What do you do? Oh, you wait a bit. What happens then? You wait a bit more. Oh, oof. Here we go. Here we go. But it's not bad. I think the Mad Bricky is quite a nice addition to this game. Ooh, hello, hello, hello. Hello, 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 hello. Sorry, Crafty, I think I've got problems in the moderation. The moderation's gone a bit stupid, I'm afraid. I wasn't sure what to set, and I didn't know if anyone would be able to help me moderating. Unfortunately, this is my first big stream, as it were. So now we can sit back and wait. Yeah, unfortunately. Yes, it's... I only added, Oh, hello. Well, that's hardly very fair, Jimmy Nail. Or that bloke from Inspector Morse. Damn you, Lewis. So I was all ready to sit down and have a chat with my lovely people in the audience. Yeah, I set the defaults up, and I only added one word. What is a security? It's a web service security word that also has another meaning. So just that's only a 10-second timer anyway. Yeah, sorry, Crafty. It's probably symbols. He doesn't like emojis. Oh. And now I'm dead. And that is the fault of Kevin Whately, star of Lewis. Yeah, I think it's also got things like, you know, I think Streamlabs is trying to be helpful, Streamlabs, but not necessarily the best. So I've nearly ended twice, and then the mad Bricky has stopped us. So let's now do... Let's try... I'm going to put some emojis in, because I am brilliant and wonderful. So you can have emojis if you have text as well, I think. Yeah, it doesn't like, you know, it doesn't like multiple... It's things like default settings, then the idea is you tune it somewhat. So now I can chat. We've met the goal. We've met the goal, people. No, we haven't. We've not met the goal, because the goal is not 1,000. The goal is 1,024, but we're so close. We are so close. Sorry, Taz. Yes, it's. I think because some people put loads of emotes in. It's really horrible. Yeah, we are so close to 1K, because 1,000 is not 1K. No matter what Anne Robinson says on the weakest link, she was wrong. She was so wrong. So all we have to do now is wait and hope that Jimmy Nail, Kevin Whately, that bloke who's in something else, Timothy Spall, blatant clue, blatant, despair squid, Esperanto, hope defeats despair, blatant clue. If he shows up, we're dead. And there's nothing we can do if he decides to build... Oh, hello. We appear to have stopped in mid-air. Either my emulator's crashed. It's all very exciting. This is the joys of typing. Oh, I've nearly won. No, you haven't. I've not won yet. I've not won yet. Yes, I like using emotes. I use lots of emotes all the time. Yeah, it's my moderation. So it's doing something. I think it's trying to build... Right, let's increase the emulation speed in case it's stuck in a loop. No. So what do we do when the game is stuck in basic? Breaking a program. 3062.3 live debugging. You don't get this in every stream. Yeah. What it was trying to do was basically find an empty space for the mad Bricky. And because I've destroyed all the buildings, it ain't gonna work. So we say poo to that. And let's now move on to... Let's see what we've got that's good. Let's see what we've got that might be exciting. Done that. We've done that before. Oh yeah, this is quite a nice one. We've got half an hour to go. Let's have a bit of motor racing. Yeah, sorry, random name for your promo. I've got the moderator as like the most strict person in the history of the world. This is a game I typed in for Viva La Fletch because he likes his motor racing. I can't remember the keys, but this is my improved version, which I've... Aha! So essentially, you need to get around the racetrack. You have a little car. You can accelerate, and you can turn, and you can brake. Obviously, you can brake as well. And you get points for moving, and you can brake. My main change to this was making it so you can do two at the same time. The faster you go, obviously the harder it gets. Oh, that is textbook cornering. Better go slow down now. And we go. Not bad though. Not bad. Yeah, brakes are some. I think brakes are probably a DLC in the Euro Truck Simulator. Also, not quite sure why the car's got wings. Oh, it's wheels. Okay. Ooh. It does. Your Catapult is quite correct. At certain angles, the car thing does look a bit rude. Because of this, I'll show you the other game I mentioned earlier. There's one with you've not considered what this symbol looks like. Here it's fine. That's a race car. And oh look, that looks like something. Oh, that's rather fun. Yes, they've worked really hard on the grass, and they don't want us to damage it. So what I'm going to do is go for sci-fi games, which is this one, and go for laser attack, not laser fight in the OK Space Zone because that wasn't brilliant. Laser attack. So. We're in control of an advanced laser attack ship in pursuit of an enemy craft. Shoot it down before our time is up. And I come. Oh, a nice spacey blue field with stars. And there's an alien spacecraft we must destroy because there it is. Now, that's my. I think by pressing a key. You change your direction. Now, what does that symbol look like? And what are the keys? Oh, no. This is my amazing laser death thing, and I get to shoot it by pressing a key. Now, the good news is I can remember what the key is. Yeah, it is a bit like Tiles to Dad's Arm. I was typing it and thought, that looks a bit wrong. And you can only turn in one direction, and there is a key to fire. Question is, what is that key? Because I don't. Oh, it's 7. Oh, okay. Okay, let's continue. Right, here we are. That's obvious. It's any key but 7 is turn and 7 is fire. We need to shoot the space Nazis before the minute runs out. Oh. And we can only turn one way because. The lady's not for turning or something? I don't know, it's all very strange. Yes, we can't film it. Although my Uncle Jimmy, God rest his soul, he used to say feck. Because that obviously means it wasn't a swear word. He was a lovely man, Uncle Jimmy. Oh, come here, space Nazis. Oh, come on, keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh, damn you. I think we have 100 seconds to get the space Nazis. Oh. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Target done. Oh. We're doing great. Hello, Shadow. We've done lots of bizarre typing games of varying levels of rubbishness. So let's look at another one I had saved up, which was a gloriously brave thing. It was called... Was it Galactic? It was Galactic. Was it Galactic? Yeah, it was Galactic Guardian. There's another David Perry special, Galactic Guardian. We move 6 and 7, protecting the Earth. Target met. Target met. Well done, team. We have the Starship Enterprise. We need to defend our home planet by firing lasers on an oncoming alien ship. We've done so well. We hit the first goal last night. We hit the second goal already. I'm going to say, let's have... I can't set to anything nice. Hooray! I can't make any noises play. All I can do is make this play. And we have a beautiful, beautiful planet Earth forming. We have done so well. I am so proud of the gang. Thank you for Retro Respawn for having the idea of doing this. Hooray! So, lovely, lovely spaceship. And you have this horrible flickering mess. This is written by David Perry, who did the programming for Earthworm Jim. It's mostly basic. However, the shooting effect is done with machine code. And with these types of programs, they don't bother telling you how the machine code works. They just say, type these things in and hope for the best. Oh, I'm dead. Let's try again. And you kind of hope that you don't get it wrong. Because if you get it wrong, you have absolutely no chance of getting it right again. Which is a shame. But yeah, he was the bloke who wrote Earthworm Jim. I think it was a 14-year-old when he wrote this. And it's flickering. Spectrum games are known for flickering because you move things about space to it, it just blinks at you. The aliens come in twos, and obviously they're cowards because if you shoot an alien, his mate will run off and won't come back again. But as an arcade game, it's quite nice. Now here's a bizarre thing: if you just do this, I can just sit at the bottom of the screen, and I'm quite safe. Obviously they'll go and do horrible alien abduction things, but you don't lose any points for actually not letting the aliens, not stopping the aliens, which is a slightly strange thing. I think after this we'll look at the basic flight simulator that I typed in. Well, so I typed in a bed and breakfast from a PDF map. Oh, I'm dead again. Let's look at the flight sim. Oh no, let's do squash the squid first. Oh. This is the world's most simple game. You have to press a key when you're directly above this space squid, which is a little space invader. And you only go left to right, and then it beeps at you horrendously while flashing. It's like, this was like the height of cool in the 80s. Things flashing, flashing, beeping, flickering. If you wanted a sound effect in BASIC, you could play something nice, or you use the beeper. And what you would then do is go, right, stick it in a loop, and then just play an ascending or descending tune. So if you're doing something nice, you make it go up. If you've got something sad like you've died, you make it go down. Oh, and that's it. Right, flight sim. This was a surprisingly not too bad flight sim, although I did improve it. Keep an eye on the time, because at 2 o'clock we are off to see Mr. Favus. We're off to see Mr. Favus. He does sound, beeping, flickering, and right. So we are. I've made this better. Oh, I'm already using fuel. How do I increase anything? I don't know. So, and the joy of these, I'm burning. The idea I have to take off and then land somewhere. Fortunately, I've got the book this is from, which is a very, very big book. I found this on Internet Archive, and it was basically a huge book of games, some of which are not so great. There's also here we are. Right, it is Spacebar. I think should be throttle, unless I changed it. Oh, the throttle is on. Excellent. We're speeding up. Because originally this was, it would wait for you to press a key, and so it was like a turn-based flight sim, which is a rather odd idea. So I made it real time. So you had a small amount of time to press a key, and now if I can do this, can I lift? Nope. And you need to increase speed running on the runway to a certain point. I think you need to get above 70. I think. And then I also added a bit more colour to it. I gave it a blue screen. I also added it came with an artificial horizon, which is quite nice, and wings. For some reason, the wing tilting was disabled in the Spectrum version, which made no sense. No sense whatsoever. So, am I doing something? Am I doing something? Because knowing me, I changed the keys. Right, there's something about taking off. So we're now bobbing along the ground. Right, let's try now. I do know I change. Oh, come on. They also gave. There was seriously. There's a text-based, turn-based. Aha. Text-based, turn-based. So in order to take off, what the hell do we do? It's a very complex one. Yeah. Let's keep going faster. Right, how do we take off? Well, so far we've not managed to take off yet. See, I'm a pro gamer, me. Right, here we are. Is it A? Ah, I'm going too fast to take off, obviously. Yeah, to take off, you have a speed between 45 and 60. So if you go too fast, you can't take off. 1034. Thank you, gang. Looks like we've increased the goal now to 1500. So I'll turn off the. How fast am I going? I don't think I'm going at 806. So it's going to be between 45 and 60 to take off. I don't know why that would be. So we're slowing down. 76. We are going to take off, people. We are going to take off. And then we look at a proper game on the Spectrum. It isn't a Type, it was actually quite good. So, 71. I'm holding down the... I'm pulling back on the joystick so we can take off. Come on. Come on. Come on, folks. Essentially, going too fast up to taking off does not make a lot of sense. Also, it's possible to take off, instantly land, and then win. So, if it drops below 60, I should hopefully get an altimeter, something. Come on. What keys have I got? Right. Let's see what on earth is going on here. This is... So. A is climb. Yeah. So it should definitely be A. Right. I think the problem is I wasn't in caps lock. Right. So... If you're not in caps lock, it goes, yeah, whatever. It goes, have you pressed A? No. But I pressed A. No, you haven't. Which is no good. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Come on. Above 45. 42, nearly. We are going to take off, people. And I'm going to show you the glorious graphics. Yes, we have nose up. We have nose up. We haven't got takeoff yet. We have got nose up, though. Oh, my speed is now dropping. You can only press one key at a time. So let's now put the speed up. We have taken off. We have taken off. So let's get a bit more speed. The goal is to get to a bearing of, I think, 68 degrees and then land safely. But you can't turn on the ground. So now you're going to take off. I believe it's U for undercarriage. Or is it T? It could be anything, who knows this game. Undercarriage, is it C for undercarriage? Is it U for undercarriage? Undercarriage up. We have undercarriage up. Hopefully it will... undercarriage down. We're now playing with the undercarriage. So it only responds every so often. So this, oh, hello, and now we're dipping. We're now diving. Let's pull up. Let's put that, but that's a bit of a climb. Because with the undercarriage down, undercarriage now up, we can now start to turn. And you'll see the artificial horizon tilting just as if we were on a real plane. Look at this. This is all written in BASIC. This is the improved version, by the way. The original version refreshed the screen every single time. So it took about about 10 seconds for each go. But the nice part of this game thing was when you finished it, you can get an action replay, which is quite nice. And also, it's a bit like analog controls a bit, because by pressing the throttle back button, you actually get multiple levels of control of the yoke, so you can pull the stick back quite a way and climb a lot, and you can bank multiple ways as well, and it will then you'll continue to turn while doing so. 10:34. We've done so well, gang. We have done so well for them. They'll be thrilled. They'll be absolutely thrilled. They will probably get an extra biscuit with our tea. Ooh. So the aim now is to get to a bearing of 68 degrees and then land successfully. I believe that's the case. That's 7. We need to go a bit more. Yeah, so the moderation is a bit too random. As I said, it's early days. This is only my 3rd ever stream. And it is for good cause. So I thought we'd make it extra strict, because normally I'm not that bothered. As long as people aren't horrible to each other. Oh, look at that. It's very steep if I do this. My helmet will fall off. So you really need to keep the banking to the right. There's a thing in aviation, I think it's called a death spiral, where your ears get confused. So I think you bank like this for a while, and then your body goes, yeah, I'm turning. But after say 30 seconds or so, your ears sort of settle. So you're sitting like this, but your body's telling you, yeah, I'm in level flight. So then what you then do is you bank some more, and you do that while you're diving. But you don't realise you're diving because your ears are telling you, yeah, no, I'm in level flight, mate. So that's a lot of what's called controlled flight into terrain, I believe it's called. So we are now at altitude of 900 feet. We are levelling off now. Excellent. This is lovely. We're coming in now, coming into land. Oh, a bit too much. And I think we should start to descend. I'm going to turn off the throttle. Whoop. We're starting to dive now. We've gone too far. We need to be 68 degrees. You definitely, it fell off earlier, made a hell of a noise on the floor. Right, so we've gone a bit too far. We're trying to land a bearing of 68 degrees. The game doesn't actually check to see how far you've flown. So it'd be quite nice if it said, oh, fuel's now gone yellow. Look at that. Oh, blimey. Yeah, I need to pull up now. Pull up. There we are. Right. So I decided to give the fuel a colour coding. Yeah, add a little bit of realism. A few lines of basic adds to the verisimilitude, as we like to say in the business. I'm now going a bit to the left, and let's pull up a little bit. So obviously you want to land and not die. Dying is not a good thing. You get an amazing high-tech effect when you die, but we don't want that. We want to win. We want to win, land safely for the Computer Museum. I'm going to... Is my speed dropping? No, let's turn the engine off. Is the engine off? I don't know. It'd be nice if we could hear the engine. Throttle is now off. Our speed should start dropping. I'm going to lower the undercarriage, even though I'm very high up. Undercarriage is now down. So you're going to land. It doesn't care how fast. I think your speed needs to be low and needs to be a certain direction. So we're coming into land. We've got about 10 minutes left of my glorious stream before we go on to... Before we go to see what Mr. Favors is up to. Yeah, so unfortunately I was awoken this morning at 3:30 by my cats. Decided they wanted to have some breakfast, and it was incredibly hot. But this is going rather well, I think. We've all had good fun. We've learned some exciting things. We've killed Draculax. We didn't manage to save the golden idol of Cregan. Oh, a perfect landing at an altitude of 29. Not quite sure how that works. Yes, this is I thought this was all the Crypton Factor. They should bring back the Crypton Factor. So let's now look at a game on the Spectrum that isn't rubbish. No. I like rubbish games on the Spectrum. Let's look at ones that are god awful. Let's do a quick look. We've got a few minutes left. A Cassette 50. These are games written in BASIC. And they were awful. No, to be fair, some of them are alright actually. Some of them had promise. This one, I thought, I was given an idea of basically taking a game like this, which is a bit duff, and then making it slightly better, you know, with my amazing BASIC skills. And unfortunately, Pac-Man in BASIC, you can do it, and you can do games like this well, but you need to plan it really well. There's a game called Tut Tut. And Tut Tut is an excellent game, if you know what the hell the keys are. Tut Tut's an excellent game. And this game is not excellent. It doesn't tell you the keys. If you get killed by a monster, you respawn with the monster on top of you. And then you die. So this is, we're emulating the ZX Spectrum 48K. And this game is, generally speaking, crap. It is really rubbish. So what we're going to do is load the next game on the cassette, because this is Cassette 50. The aim of... Oh, no, this was rubbish. Quit. This game is so good, even I'm not going to play it. Yeah, Cassette 50, you bought 50 games. 50 games, and they were amazing. And they were all, generally speaking, rubbish. And this game is very much basketball. Player 1 and player 2 are these horrible, horrible things. Oh, I think player 1's got the ball. Good luck seeing that. And player 1 missed the ball. Player 2's now got the ball. People paid money for this. If you bought one of these games, you got paid, I think you got paid a tenner. If you bought the cassette, you got given a free watch as well. This is one of the better ones. This is a Frogger clone written by C. Bloor. And it's written in BASIC, but how does it work? Right. A lot of these BASIC programs, they don't cope very well with caps lock. For example, Squidge, which was famously fixed by Kim Justice because you had to turn off caps lock or turn on caps lock, and you can't do that within a machine code program. Now this is like Frogger, with a great advantage that this frog can actually swim, and you have to dodge. And to be fair, it's very, very flickery. It moves pretty fast. There's a lot going on the screen. You've got reasonable responsiveness. It's reasonably exciting. Oh, obviously error collision's a bit on the wonk because it's a basic game. But it's actually, I was actually quite pleased with this. I thought this is actually pretty good. If I had typed this in from a book, I would have been genuinely rather pleased. So, you get past the crocodiles and avoid the oil tankers, and you position yourself very carefully. So the Pac-Man clone Monster Munch, I actually went through it and I actually finished it, as in, oh, bit too keen there. So if you clear the screen in Monster Munch, nothing happens. Basically, you don't get a new level, you don't get a message, you don't get any congratulations, just goes, all right then. And you keep playing, but you can't get any more points. Which is like, what? Oh, which is completely pointless. I'm going through these games because we got about 10 minutes left, 5 minutes left even, before we got to see the lovely Mr. Favors. He was a lovely, lovely man. I met him at Blackpool. We went to Play Expo Blackpool. And we had chips together. On the seafront. It was lovely. Ooh, one more to go. So we get over to the right hand side. I think we can do this, people. Avoid the crocodile. Always watch out for the smile of the crocodile. Oh, I think we've done this. I think we've done this. E out of data, and you finish it and it's broken. Right, then you load the next game, which is Bree. On the Spectrum, games can have, I think, 10 character names. They've given them 3. This is Bree. What is Bree? Oh, it's Breakout. 6, 7. That's what we got. Oh, it's Bizarre Breakout. Okay. Breakout where I don't pick. This is loaded straight from the cassette, and I'm doing rather well at this. It's not actually bouncing back. This is brilliant. These games were generally pretty awful. Crew. Oh, this one's a classic. So we'll play it first. It's like the Ipcrest file. Right. I've been captured by evil Dr. Death and made to do math problems. I either press 1 or 0. Bloody hell. Game. Easy. 0 plus 6. Correct. Every time you get it wrong, the crusher lowers down. And the animation's quite nicely done. But what I found interesting... I'm not guessing random answers. Squelch. Now, what's interesting about this game is the machine code part. Also, you can't break into it, it's rubbish. Yeah, it basically loads 1 byte into memory, and then just breaks. Here. Right, let's load some. We've got 2 minutes left. So what I'm going to do is go back to Streamlabs. No, not you. Thank you. Me. Make my face big. Yeah, ooh, not that big. Bloody hell. Sorry, people. As you can tell, this is my first stream. My first proper stream, I should say. The first stream I had with a webcam and people and that. So that is the wonderful world of type-ins. I'm currently typing in a game from this book, which is called House of Adventure, and the book actually is quite nice. It tries to teach you some various techniques to make your basic games better. One of which is never ever to use numbers. Yeah. Never ever use numbers, because numbers in Spectrum Basic are bigger than you think. The number 1 is actually 7 bytes long in your code. Because it goes 1, then a marker. Is it a floating point number? No, it's not. And then 5 floating point bits. So what you need to do is quotey, quotey, quotey 1. Which is a bit rubbish. So that book says, no, never do that. Always refer to them in some other bizarre way. And that, so whenever you type any number, like go to, rather than go to 10, it will be, so that book says, right, 10 print, hello? Rather than 20 go to 10, that is wasteful. We don't want to be wasteful, people. You do this. It still works. It tokenises the string, and every time you do that, you save 3 bytes. It doesn't. Thank you, Ponder. It doesn't seem a lot of work to start with, but when I was typing in a text adventure for the CIA, my wife used to work at Langley. I ran out of memory, and it just didn't work. So I had to crunch things down. And if I had known this trick, I could have saved a bit of space. So this was the wonderful, wonderful world of type-ins. They are things I genuinely rather enjoy because you can actually make them better. But making them better, it's not something you can read your live stream because it takes about an hour. And then you go, that doesn't really work. And they're not very exciting. But I like them. And I wanted to hopefully share some of my love of them in the form of a stream. I have a YouTube channel, if you're interested in that, in more of this nonsense, which does have editing. But we've now come up to 2 o'clock. So I believe it is time to go and see Mr. Favus. I shall enter the magic command and we should go and see Favus. When we get to see Favus, please go and say hello. I've got 22 viewers, blimey, 29 viewers, 31 viewers, 32 viewers, 33 of us. All going to see the lovely Mr. Favus. We're all going to say hello to him when we see him. He is ready. Excellent. We're on our way. And I'm going to press raid now. Bosh. My first ever raid. So, we're off to see Favus. The first time I saw this screen, I thought it was something else. There he is.